Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Carrie, and this is a very rare Carrie without her glasses on video, but I am laying in my bed and I really don't feel like going downstairs or getting set up someplace better, and my glasses are very glary, so I'm just recording this without my glasses. No, there haven't been any life changes. I'm not suddenly wearing contacts. I didn't have LASIK. I have my glasses right here. I just took them off for the video. But anyway, I wanted to acknowledge the fact that today, April 2nd, 2022, marks the 6th anniversary of this channel. So that's pretty exciting. That's a neat milestone. When I started this channel 6 years ago, I wouldn't even appear on camera at all. I don't think I did that for the first 4 or 5 months of the channel. I would just record, you know, stuff away from myself. I would record collections, I would record hauls, I would record friend mails, whatever, just nothing that required me to be on camera because I was just that insecure and shy. And now here we are. I've recorded shit with my towel on my, like a towel up on my head, and in my bathrobe, and in the middle of the night singing songs in my bathroom, just all kinds of random things. And I mean, that's really, as silly as it sounds, that's progress. That's major, major, major progress for me. Not only in becoming a more outgoing person, even though I'll always feel like an introvert on the inside, and I may always be an introvert, but I'm not shy like I used to be. I can definitely tell the difference now between introversion and being an extrovert and being shy or outgoing. There's a difference. You can still be an outgoing person and an introvert, and I've learned that, and that's a really good lesson, actually. But I'm really proud of what's come of this channel. It's not big. I haven't even hit 2,500 subs yet, and I was really, really, really hoping to have that happen at some point. I'm still at like 2,400 and something. I mean, it's not been about numbers, really. For a very limited period of time it was, and that was when the whole demonetization, you know, that stupid guy whose name I don't say, famous YouTuber debacle. Then I was worried because I wanted to hit the number to keep my channel monetized, because believe me, that like $100 I make every 4 or 5 months comes in handy. It really does, and that gives you an accurate perspective on how much money a person makes on YouTube if they're not, you know, a huge star, for lack of a better word. I mean, with my 2,400 and something, you know, subs, and typically I get somewhere between 20 and 100 views per video, just off the top of my head. You know, I don't do this for money. I've never done this for money. Money's a nice bonus when it comes, but that's very, very, very infrequent. I've done this all along as a test to myself to prove that I could. And the fact that I do have these 2,400 plus subscribers, believe me, I am not minimizing you being here. It means a whole fucking lot to have each and every one of you here, even if you just clicked sub because you liked one thing I did and you've never watched since, or if you watch my videos religiously, like as soon as they come out. I don't know that I have anybody that does that, but if you do, bless your little hearts, that's amazing. And I'm not Southern, so I don't mean that in the snotty, sarcastic way that some Southerners mean, oh, well, bless your heart. And it's basically like a fuck you in disguise. I've learned that over the years. I mean it sincerely because I'm a Yank. I am a Yankee as a Yankee can get. I live in New York, home of the Yankees. So, I mean, you couldn't be more Yankee than me. But I love that expression, bless your heart. And I mean it with true sincerity and no sarcasm whatsoever. But I'm really so surprised at how far I've come in the past 6 years, just in life. I still have miles to go. I am a work in progress. I will be a work in progress till the day I die, and then hopefully I'll be a work in progress somewhere else, whether it's heaven, whether it's another life, who knows, you know, where that will be and what that will be. But I definitely don't want to believe that at the end of this life you're just done and over with. But I'm really proud of myself. And today's been a really outstanding day. And it's just so silly, like just random things have happened that are good today. To update you, I managed to fill 4 13-gallon tall kitchen bags with handbags and tote bags and just bags, miscellaneous bags. And I donated all those today to Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I actually filled an additional bag this morning of some wallets and just like little makeup bags and things, because a person really, you can have too many of those things. I used to be like, when you can't have too many of those things. What, you know, you want one for every mood. It's ridiculous. And I'm debating, I posted this yesterday on my personal Facebook page, but I'm debating treating myself to a Loungefly mini backpack. I've never owned one, and I think they're so rad. I just love them, but they're expensive. I think the cheapest I've seen them is at Hot Topic, and they're like $44.90, which is such a weird price. It's a lot to spend on a bag. I mean, it's a lot to spend on anything, but I figure if I can get rid of 4 bags of bags that I'm not using, I deserve a new fucking bag. Why not? You know, I got rid of a lot of shit. And I know there are probably those of you out there that'll be thinking, how absurd. Like, why would anyone ever, like, how could you possibly acquire that many bags? Why would you ever think you would need that many bags? Why would you continue to buy them? But what you don't understand is that part of the issue of hoarding and obsessive collecting, it's not about need. It's about filling an immediate, wanting that instant gratification of buying something. The rush, for me, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else that has hoarding disorder or obsessive collecting disorder, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I can only speak for myself, but for me, it's about the rush of getting the item, but it's always followed almost immediately by guilt because I knew I didn't need it. And certainly not like I'm going out and spending money on handbags like every day. Some of these bags are bags I've owned since high school, and I'm almost 49 years old. So, I mean, it's not like they're bags I'm using all the time. So, of course, you know, once a year, once every couple of years to buy a new handbag. I mean, there are people that buy new handbags every season or even more frequently than that. And I don't judge them for it, but I'm just saying I'm not that girl. I just don't get rid of what I have when I buy new. Until now. I really have to crack down. And this is just the very beginning of what's going to be a very, very long, laborious process. I am not kidding myself. This is just scratching the surface, just getting my fingers on the little tip of this problem. But I'm really proud of what I did. And I donated the 5 bags. I put them in the Big Brothers Big Sisters bin, which is right outside of a Big Brothers Big Sisters office. So I love that because I know that the items are actually going to a legitimate charity. And it's not like one of those random donation boxes that just say, you know, donations, and it doesn't specify a specific charity or whatever. You know, I know people buy those and they just put them out there and they make up a name of charity or whatever, and they just take this stuff out and they sell it or they keep it or whatever they do with it. You know, that's not illegal to do that. I mean, impersonating a charity, I'm sure is illegal, but I'm sure it's not something that's like easily prosecutable or something that, you know, people are looking to crack down on. But I will not put anything in a donation bin unless it's, you know, a vetted charity. And I have reason to believe with, you know, relative certainty that the items will be going to that charity, either to be handed out directly to people who need them or sold so that people are able to get the things that they do need. And I feel really good when I donate to that particular place because, again, I know that it's going to people who need it. Either directly or the funds from the sale of it. So, like, I won't go to, like, a thrift store and donate there unless it's, like, you know, one that's run by a reputable charity. And honestly, most of the thrift stores near me are just for-profit places. They have nothing to do with charity whatsoever. There are ones that do, but I have questionable feelings about the charity. So I'm just going to stick with Big Brothers Big Sisters. But anyway, so I went to the box and I put those 5 huge bags of stuff in, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy Bagging it, it wasn't easy. Lifting it, it wasn't. The whole process was really challenging, and I had a lot of conflicting emotions as I bagged stuff up yesterday. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I went back into one bag last night before I went to bed because there was one purse that I changed my mind about, and I ended up pulling back out 3. And that's the truth. I did that, and I'm not sorry I did it, because in retrospect, 2 of them were really cute cat purses, and one of them is a Wonder Woman. Basically, it's on a chain like a purse, but it's really just got room for like cash and credit cards, which is why I didn't really think I needed to keep it. I bought it on impulse because it was cheap at Hot Topic one time, and I love Wonder Woman, but I don't typically use bags like that. But I thought, you know, what the fuck, I'll just keep it. It's different than anything else I have. And if I were, say, just going for a walk through the neighborhood and all I wanted with me was cash and cards, then that's a perfect bag to bring, especially when I'm wearing pants that don't have pockets in them. We're getting to that. But anyway, so I did that, but considering it was 4 13-gallon bags of bags, to pull out 3 little bags was really, really, really epically great for me. So anyway, so I go and I donate the 4 bags of stuff, 5 bags of stuff. And I go, you know, I want a treat. I deserve a treat. I don't need to go out and buy a thing, but I want to go out and I'm just going to go to fucking Starbucks. And I don't really go to Starbucks because they're so expensive, but I had like $12 and change on a gift card. So I knew if I went, it was basically found money and it wasn't going to cost me anything. So I went, and I went big. I'm like, go big or go home, girl. And I bought myself a venti caramel macchiato iced with skim milk, because, you know, that makes all the difference. But I don't drink anything but skim, honestly, or like almond milk or coconut milk if we have that in the house. Do not drink whole milk at all. I was told by a nutritionist years ago, and this may be a newsflash to you guys because it was to me, that other than children with failure to thrive syndrome under the age of like 4, I think it was, she was very specific, no one needs to drink whole milk. Like, the amount of calcium you get from whole milk is the amount of calcium you get from fat-free or skim or low-fat or whatever. It's blew my mind. It blew my mind. So if you're drinking whole milk, it's for the taste, and more power to you. I don't judge. But for me, it's one little small thing that I can do that means less calorie intake and makes me feel a little better. And please forgive my fingernails. They actually turned yellow from an old polish that I used that was green. And it's been like a month and the yellow hasn't gone away. So I'm just going to polish them in a little bit. I figured leaving them naked might make the yellow go away faster. It hasn't. You can see, if you look up close, where it's growing, like where the nail is growing down here where it's not yellow anymore. So whatever, I'm going to polish them. Derailed. Okay. So I decide to go to Starbucks and I get my drink. And then I decide to look in the book drop. They have like their version of like a little free library where basically you can donate books and you can take books. And it's completely free, of course. And I have made many donations and I've taken books once or twice. And again, trying to declutter. But I saw this book and I couldn't help it. I had to take it. I don't know a whole lot about Jazz, but I know that she is a young woman who was born biologically male, but began identifying as female when she was 6. And she wrote this book. Apparently this book came out in 2016, so it is now 6 years old. And I believe she was 16 here, which would make her 22 now, or 21. But I thought that would be a really great read. So I was like, oh, serendipity, that's really cool. So I took the book and I, you know, was reading like the back cover and everything while I was drinking my coffee, and I texted my bestie and told her I was feeling really good, and she was so proud of me that I got rid of even more shit than I told her about yesterday, and that was just awesome. It's always nice to have positive reinforcement from people you love. And then I said to myself, you've been wanting jeans for a while. I have not owned a pair of jeans that are not jeggings since before COVID. Probably, and it's not like I suddenly got rid of my jeans when COVID hit. It's probably been actually more like 4 or 5 years since I've owned a pair of actual jeans, because I gained so much weight that none of them fit. I refused to go up a size. I was not going to just keep them in the closet in the hopes that I would lose the weight and eventually be able to fit in them, because who knows if or when that would happen. So I finally just donated them too. And I had intended to wait until I hit like a weight loss goal and reward myself with jeans. But for some reason today, I just was like, I've already accomplished a really big thing in getting rid of 5 bags of shit. If I go and buy a pair of jeans or two, like, that is not the end of the world. And in my head, I still knew if I had to buy bigger than a size 14, I wasn't going to do it. And I only mention that not because there's anything wrong with wearing bigger than a size 14 or smaller or a size 14 at all. There's nothing wrong with being whatever size you are. But for me personally, I don't think I've ever purchased a pair of jeans that were bigger than a 14. And it was just something I didn't want to do because I felt like I would be resigning myself to, I'm going to be as big as I am forever. That was just a me thing. No judgment whatsoever towards anyone else. So I went in and I asked the sales girl, I said, so I'm looking for bootcut jeans, but with a little bit of stretch, if you have ones like that. I have not put a pair of jeans on this body in over 3 years. I've not put a pair of pants on that have not had an elastic waistband in over 3 years. So this is kind of a big deal. And I'm telling the sales girl all of this, and she's like, oh, that's so exciting. Congratulations that you're getting them today. And bonus, I walk up to Old Navy because Old Navy is in the same shopping center as the Starbucks. And I like buying clothes from there. And I have an Old Navy credit card. Long story. I pay the bill in full every month if I use it. But I had $83 in money to spend that I'd earned through their Gap, Old Navy, whatever, good rewards program. So I was like, I'm getting jeans for free. So if I go in and I find some cool jeans, that would be great. And I will buy myself a pair. Turns out the entire store was 50% off today. I had no fucking clue. None whatsoever until I walked up to the window and saw like signs everywhere. I was like, it can't be on jeans. It can't be on everything. And I mean, there were exceptions. Like if it's what they call like an everyday steal, or if it was something on clearance, it wasn't an additional 50 off that. And that makes perfect sense. But the vast majority of the store was 50% off, including the freaking jeans. So the sales girl helps me and she shows me the jeans, and I ask her for, she's helping me find 14s because I'm assuming that's what I am, hoping, I'm not bigger than that. I did grab a 12 in the hopes that maybe I'd be a 12. I'm not a 12. I'm a 14, and that's fine. But I didn't realize, and I guess she didn't realize, because I went to the dressing room to put them on, that one pair was short and the other pair was long. They actually come in short, regular, and long length. So I'm like, well, shit. But I tried them on anyway, and the 14s did fit. So I'm like, okay, well, now I just have to go back out there and find the regular 14s. So this is a long story, but I'll try to make it a little shorter. So I ended up having to go to like 3 different salespeople. One didn't have like the headset, and one, had to leave like the front area where the pickups are to go check in the back and see if they had them. Everybody was lovely. They were all really helpful. And my miracle helper actually found the 2 pairs of jeans that I wanted in 14s in the back. And then there was one color that I was thinking about that I found on the floor. So I tried on all 3 pairs. I ended up buying 2 of them. The 3rd pair I just didn't care for. It was like a really dark wash denim. Like I got medium wash and dark wash, and then I guess there's like a super like indigo wash. And those, just for me, I didn't like how they looked on me. And then they had black ones too. But the black ones were like stiff feeling. They weren't soft. They just seemed like the material seemed so different. So I said, well, to go from 0 pairs of jeans to 2, that's plenty. And I love the colors of them. Are they close? Yes, they are actually. This was considered the medium wash. And then this was considered the dark wash. And like I said, then there was a really dark one that I guess was just like indigo wash or something. I don't know what they called it, but they ended up costing me. Okay, let me explain fully. So again, I had Gap Good Rewards. So the jeans, in fact, let me read it for you from the receipt because this is just the most impressive. Okay, so they rang up mid-rise, medium wash, kicker, boot cut jeans for women. $34.99 minus $17.50 because they were 50% off. And then I was using Gap Reward points, and they will take off up to the highest dollar amount, like a flat dollar amount. So say your total is $50.49 and you have $60 in Gap Rewards. They can't take off the whole amount unless you want to waste basically the 49 cents. So what they do, I don't even know if they have the option to override and do that. They would say, okay, well, we can take $50 off on your rewards, and then you would just owe the 49 cents plus tax or whatever. So, okay. So this is how it reads on the receipt, as I said to you. Okay, so it's $34.99 minus $17.50 minus $17 for the rewards makes them 49 cents. Then we have mid-rise dark wash kicker boot cut jeans. Again, identical. One at $34.99 minus the $17.50 50% off discount minus $17 in rewards. So my total discount was $69. My subtotal was 98 cents, and with sales tax, it was $1.03 for 2 freaking pairs of jeans. And that's all I paid out of my actual pocket. And that means I still have, because I only spent $34 of Gap Rewards, and I had 83. That should be really easy to figure out. So I have $49 left in rewards. And that's just amazing. And I don't want to get so in depth with the whole details of that, but let me tell you how I save as well as I save. Okay. Last fall, my bestie was rocking a pair of overalls, and I had not had a pair of overalls in forever, and they looked so fucking adorable on her. And I was like, oh my God, where did you get these? These are so cute. And she told me the Gap. So I went to the Gap, and they were on sale when she had bought them, and they were on sale now the day I went, but for a higher price than her sale. So I was like, well, fuck, that's still kind of pricey for me. And even though I really want them, I'm cheap. So I said, if I were to open a credit card, how much money would I save? Because I'm not a credit card user typically. I've never really been super into them. I got one when I was in college just because it was a smart thing to do. And, you know, that's a good time to start building credit. But, yeah, so I asked them, and long story shorter, they ended up being like $23 or something with the discount from the Gap card. And I was already registered for the Good Rewards program, because you can just register for that at like Gap, Old Navy, Athleta, or Banana Republic. It's all, those 4 are all affiliated. But then I started getting these postcards in the mail that said, if you make 5 purchases at not outside of our family of stores, the 4 I just mentioned, 5 charges in a month, you will get 2,000 points free, which is $20 in money to spend. So that is why I have $83, or had $83 of free money. Because I would literally go, I mean, when we were on vacation in Pennsylvania, I charged a cigarette lighter for like $1.49 at 7-Eleven, because I just wanted to get those 5 charges. And then, of course, you earn points for the purchases, too. I think it's 2 points per dollar or something. Maybe 1 point per dollar. I don't remember. I honestly don't recall. No, it's got to be more, whatever. It's neither here nor there. So I've been doing that every month, pretty much since I've had the card. So I've been accruing, like, mad amounts of money to spend. And literally, I just charge those 5 things each month, and I pay the card in full. And then I'm, you know, clean slate, and I'm ready to do it again the following month. So good way to strategically earn some money to, you know, to buy some clothes if you want to. And, you know, even if you're not typically someone who uses plastic, which I still don't like it. It makes me nervous, but I'll do it to get free $20 of free clothes a month. But anyway, and obviously I've not been spending it, because that's how I accrued $83 worth. That's 4 months worth of stuff, plus the other 3 from just random purchases. I'm covering my gray, whatever. Guess what? I'm gray underneath. Who fucking cares, right? Doesn't matter. It's Joe Beth Williams gray. It's like spotty gray, like from Poltergeist. I have it just underneath on either side. But if I pull my hair straight down, you totally can't see it. It's very weird. But I digress. What a surprise. So anyway, so I go and I get my jeans. And I'm talking to the guy who checks me out, and he's like really sweet, and we were making conversation. I was sharing with him, you know, because everybody within the sound of my voice had to hear that this was my first new pairs of jeans in at least 5 years, and my first non-elastic waistband pants since before COVID. And I'm sure nobody really gave a shit, but they all were really polite and humored me. But anyway, so that was Old Navy. And then he tosses in a free thing of hand sanitizer. They were selling them for like 25 cents each if you bought at least 4. So you had to buy $1 worth to get that deal. But he just threw one in for me. So I got this nice spray hand sanitizer that doesn't even have an expiration date on it. Oh, wait, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, but not till September 25th. So that's why they're trying to get rid of it, I guess, because they had more than they needed. But hey, for free is for me, especially if it's something useful and not just going to take up space. And if I don't use it and it expires, into the trash, it's going to go. I'm not going to be like, you know, my usual mentality and just be like, oh, well, it's still probably good for a little longer. I have so many hand sanitizers, but I actually don't have any spray ones, I don't think. So that'll go in my purse and just be, you know, handy and useful to have. But, anyway, so that was my good day. And then my mom and I went to a mall because she decided, even though I called her from Starbucks and from Old Navy to tell her, you know, I can just come home and get you, because I'd borrowed her car because my husband had ours at work to get there. And, you know, I said, you want to go look at Old Navy with me? Nah. Then, of course, I told her when I found out about the sale, nah. Then she's like, well, why don't we go to the food court at lunch at this other mall that has an Old Navy? Because now she wants to look at Old Navy. So we ended up going there, and I ended up getting one item at Bath & Body Works. I had a merchandise credit from returning stuff without a receipt. And I said, you know, I'm just going to buy a stupid thing that I don't need instead of just, you know, because I don't need anything from Bath & Body. But I got this adorable pocket bag holder. It's popcorn, and it like rattles, which I wasn't thinking about how annoying that's going to be as I'm walking around and it's rattling. But I had a $15.42, I think, merchandise credit, and that came to like $5.55 because it was like $5.99. I had a coupon and whatever. Long story short, the amount due back to me was under $10. So the sales girl was like, would you like that just back in cash? I'm like, yeah. So basically, I got 2 pairs of jeans for $1.03. I got a free book. I got free hand sanitizer. For all intents and purposes, I got $9.50 free money, you know, because I figured I would just have to spend it at Bath & Body Works eventually. And it all started because I got rid of some shit. And I feel like karmically, like the universe is trying to say, good job. You know, you did well, Carrie, and you deserve to have a good day. And maybe one has nothing to do with the other. I mean, I'm certainly going to be getting rid of a lot more shit, and we'll see. You know, not every day is going to be a good day, but today's been pretty great. So I thought it was definitely worth acknowledging the anniversary of the channel. See, we're coming full circle as I'm running out of time. And just share with you guys that, you know, baby steps are still steps as long as they're in the right direction. And 5 bags of shit gone. Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket, but it's progress, and it's reaffirming that I can do hard things, and that as challenging as this process is going to continue to be, and it will continue to be challenging, I can do it. And you can do it. If you're in that boat and you're struggling, you can do it. You really can. Just start small. Like my therapist said, you know, take 1 drawer and do that in a day. Or like my friend told me, just work for like 15 minutes and then take a break and then do like another 15 minutes. You know, don't just push yourself and just do it for like a long period of time without stopping and resting and decompressing in between, because it's just going to make it that much more difficult. And they're both absolutely correct, and I'm thrilled that they're thrilled that I've done what I've done. And Hillary, my therapist, actually commented yesterday to me when I texted her. She said, and I'm misquoting her, I don't remember the exact thing, so I'm paraphrasing, do you understand how big this is? This is like an alcoholic deciding to pour out the bottle of liquor. You are starting to deal with your addiction. And that is huge. And it is huge. And I'm a work in progress, and there's miles to go. But I'm doing the thing. So especially today, on the anniversary of this channel that has brought me so much and given me so much in terms of wonderful relationships, so much personal growth, better self-esteem, better self-image. I'm still working on those things big time, but they're better now than they were. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for supporting me from day one. It's meant the world. And if you're new here, welcome. You are welcome here. You truly are. Everyone is welcome here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll be back soon with more stuff. Here's to the next 6 years. Bye, guys.